Hey everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. I've had a lot of you ask, how do you package and ship things on eBay? So that's what this video is going to be all about. Alright, so the first item I'm going to show you are my famous candy boxes that I've been selling. I've got one right here. And so what I do want to show you here is, this is a medium flat rate box. Not to be confused with a priority mail box. This is a flat rate box. And that simply means that you're going to pay the same price regardless of the weight. Now I ship my candy in these boxes because my candy usually weighs anywhere from 12 to 15 pounds, so it's usually less expensive to ship in a flat rate box than it would be if I shipped it via weight. So this will be a flat rate one. I will show you how to ship, and we're going to print the label and everything. And then after that, I'll show you how to do two items where you actually have to put it in a box that it fits in, and then we'll weigh it. Okay, so let's go over to the computer. We're going to we're going to print the label, and I'll show you how to do all that. Okay, so now I'm in front of the computer. Come on in. I'm just on ebay.com, and once you sign into your account, and I'm signed in here, all you do is you go right here to My eBay. You're going to click that. Well, you don't click it. You just put your cursor on it. We're going to scroll down to Selling. I'll click Selling, and that'll bring me to kind of an overview page. And there's a few different ways you can actually get to what you need to ship. So here's print and ship labels here, or you can just simply click Orders. And so I'm going to click Orders. And so these are the ones, any of the ones that say print shipping label are the ones we're going to ship. And so we're talking about the candy box. So here's my candy box. I can easily see the buyer put me a note. Thank you so much for writing me back so quick. Paid in full, Patty. So she had asked a question and I responded quickly. And so we're going to jump to print shipping label, and it'll pop up her address, my address, and then I simply just put in the weight of the item. Now this one is flat rate, remember, and so we're going to update the weight, and it should already be set to medium flat rate. If it is not, you can choose a different option. And so this is where you choose your options for what you want to ship, and you can click this to get more options. So it's going to be $12.42, so I'm going to click this blue Purchase and Print Label button, and then it's loading, taking a while to load. My computer's sleepy this morning. And then it will open the label that I need to print. And so I've got it already set to my Dymo label writer here. You can use a regular printer if needed. So I'm going to just click Print. It'll print my label right here. I love using the Dymo because then I never have to buy ink. So then I just simply take my box that's already got the candy in it, and I'm just going to adhere my label, and then I'll schedule it for pickup. So I'm going to show you two other packages where you actually have to weigh the item and how to do those steps. All right, so a lot of you ask, do I have to pay for this? When we printed the label, if you saw that it said $12.42, that meant I paid for it. It comes out of whatever payment you have set up on your eBay account. Mine is PayPal, and so the payment for the shipping label gets deducted directly off of my PayPal account. And so when you go to the post office to drop the package off, it's a prepaid label. You do not have to pay once you get to the post office. And so they'll ask you questions like, is it already paid for? You just simply say yes. A lot of times I ask for a receipt, because when you ask for a receipt, that means they scan it in right away, and then it provides tracking information to your customer. If you just drop it off to the post office, they may or may not scan it that day, and so sometimes it delays the tracking information your customer can get. So I always ask for a receipt. That way your customer knows it's en route and on the way. So let's go ahead and do those other two packages. Now the next item I have is a Jurassic Park toy. The cool thing about this one is I really don't have to rebox it because it came in its original manufacturer's box, and it's just a plain brown box. If it was a box that had priority mail on it or anything like that, I would have to send it priority mail. But since it's already boxed and padded inside this, then I can just go ahead and put the label on this, but I do have to weigh it. So we're going to go on over to the computer and put in all that information. So I've got my Jurassic Park toy here. I'm going to weigh it, and so we're going to see exactly how much it weighs with packaging and everything. You can't just do the item, it has to be with the packaging. So as you can see, it weighs 2 pounds. 13 ounces, but actually you need to round up to the next ounce, so 2 pounds, 14 ounces. Then I'm going to come over to my screen. As you can see, I've got my 3 things that I still need to ship, but the candy box is no longer there because I've already shipped it. So here is the Jurassic World Gyrosphere Blast vehicle, brand new, and we're going to click the print shipping label option. So we'll go ahead and print or click that button. So now I've got all their information on this side of the screen, and I'm going to...
On the left side of the screen.
Yes, on the left side of the screen.
I'm not showing that.
Okay. And then we are at 2 pounds, 13 ounces. And then if you'd like to back up, we do have to actually measure this. Anytime it's over a pound, you do have to give box dimension measurements. And so this has some measurements in centimeters, but I do everything in inches. So 20 by 9 by 7. So we're going to come back to the computer and put that information in right here on the computer. So 20 inches by 9 by 7, and then we're going to click update, and then we're going to find out how much does it cost. When I look on the left side of the screen, it actually does show me how much they paid for shipping. And so sometimes your shipping might be a little less depending on what you put on the listing, but that's okay. So I'm going to use the U.S. Priority Mail because that's what they chose. They chose Priority Mail, so I'm going to ship it the same way they suggested, $8.99. Okay, if I wanted to choose a different option, I have an option for FedEx here. So that usually comes in handy if you've got something extremely heavy, like more than 15 pounds generally. And then if I wanted other options, I could click this compare all services, and then it gives me one other option to choose. Parcel Select sometimes is cheaper, sometimes, but it's usually slower. So we're going to go with the $8.99. As you can see, it says down here, $8.99, purchase and print label. So we're just going to click that. As soon as you do that, it does get deducted from that PayPal account or whatever your payment options are. So we're going to click that button. It's creating my label, and then it pops up. I've got my printer selected. Then I'm simply going to click print on here, print my label, and then just adhere it to my box. And then I can schedule a pickup for them to pick it up next mail day, or I can bring it to the post office and have them scan it in. And so if you noticed, I put it right over that barcode that was already on the box. I'm going to check and make sure there's no other barcodes because I don't want to confuse that barcode with my other shipping barcode. So we just bring it to the post office, or we schedule it for a pickup to be picked up the next day. So we're going to go to the next item where you'll actually see me package it inside the box. Okay, so the last item that I'm going to show you is a set of reindeer bath mats. So we want to get those out quickly because it's almost Christmas, so we're going to find them on our shelf, and I actually have them right here. And so they're packaged in a poly bag, which is good because then if the box gets wet on the outside, this doesn't get ruined. So now I have to find a box that it's going to fit in. I know that this weighs over a pound, and so I'm going to use a priority mail box because I know I'm going to already have to send it priority mail. If it was under a pound, I'd try to put it in a plain brown box and send it first class. So let's look. I've got a perfect size priority box. So I've got a stash right here. These priority mail boxes, this is called box number 7. These priority mail boxes you can actually find online at UnitedStatesPostalService.com, or you can go pick them up at the post office. The flat rate boxes, the regular priority mail boxes, and if you look at the difference,
How much does it cost?
they're free. Yes, they are free from the post office. So we're going to build this box. Make sure all the sides are secure. Get some good packing tape. That does make a difference. I have some super sticky kind that I get from a company. All right, so that's basically the size of it. Now I wanted to show you the difference. This one here says medium flat rate box. Okay, do you see that? Flat rate box. All right, and I'll show you the difference. This one just simply says priority mail, large mailing box. So this does not have to go flat rate. It can go just regular priority mail, and it's based off of weight. So there's a difference. And so there's a lot of different sizes. I've got, ones that look like this size, and they're long rectangular ones, and various different sizes. So you can get a bunch of different kinds, and they usually come in packs of 25. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here. There's a lot of extra room in here once I fold the flap down, and I don't want it to go everywhere. And so we're gonna do, we have a few different options of what to do for padding. So I've got these, which always come in all my Amazon boxes. So I do save these puff mailers. And then we've also got, this is an option, brown paper. You can use newspaper, that works really well. And then my favorite, it's way over here because it's huge, is my giant roll of bubble wrap. So I think for this item, because it's not a super breakable item, we're gonna go ahead and just use the brown paper. I'm trying to unroll it all. I thought I was rolling it back up and I wasn't. All right, so we're just gonna use the brown paper. Just pull off a bunch. Throw it in there, and as you can see, when I fold my flaps down, it's much tighter. So it's not gonna jumble around in there and get all bent around. As you can see, I've done this a few times before. All right, and there's my beautiful box. So now we have to weigh it. So we're gonna head on over to the computer, weigh it, and then I'll put in my box dimensions and everything. I've got the box here, I've got it weighed, and I've got it pulled up on my screen. So it's currently weighing at 2 pounds, 14 ounces. I like using the brown paper because it really doesn't add any extra weight. If I would have weighed it without the brown paper, it probably would have weighed pretty close to the same thing. So I'm gonna come to the computer. I've got my 3-piece Christmas reindeer bath rug set here, and I'm just gonna simply click print shipping label. So we'll print the shipping label. And then we're going to put in 2 pounds, 14 ounces. And then the nice thing about these boxes is if you look on the box right here, if you zoom in real close right here, the box dimensions are there, 12 by 12 by 8. And so that's nice. You don't have to, with the priority mailers, mailboxes, you don't have to measure it because they're a standard size. So I'm going to put all of that in and then click update. We're going to see how much it's going to cost to mail this one. Okay, so they paid for priority mail. Over here it shows that. And so $8.09 is what I'm going to pay for priority mail package. So we're just going to purchase and print the label. So right now, the reason why this takes so long sometimes is because it's actually purchasing it. It's pulling the money from your account and purchasing this prepaid label. And so that way it's already paid for. And then now, just so you know, as soon as you print the label off the eBay site, you have sent tracking information to your customer. So that's very important to usually buy the labels directly off of eBay. If you go to the post office, you're going to have to take that tracking number, bring it home, and actually type it in to send tracking information to your customer. So it's just easier to go ahead. So I got that label on to go ahead and just ship it through eBay. So I've got my items here. I've got this one, and you've seen me package different styles. And then I've got my flat rate candy box here. There's 2 different ways that you can get these delivered. You can schedule a pickup anytime before 2 a.m., okay? You just go on to UnitedStatesPostalService.com and schedule a pickup. It just puts in your address and tell them where it's going to be, in the garage, on the porch, by the back door. It gives you options for that, and you can leave notes. And then I usually just stick it in a watertight tote, put it right outside, and then they pick it up. If you're ever worried about that, you can just simply bring the packages to the post office yourself. But then they scan it as picked up, and then their customer receives all the tracking information, and they know that their package is en route as soon as you print that first label. So hopefully it's been helpful to see exactly how I print, package, and ship all of my items on eBay in various different packing styles. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins. So satisfying. Just bubble wrap. This is what you get to do. I hope you enjoyed this packaging video. I'm going to just keep enjoying myself here. And if you'd like to subscribe, click here. If you'd like to get anything from Hooked on Pickin, click the Hooked on Pickin icon. If you'd like to watch more of my videos, check those out up here. This is so much fun. It's fantastic. Love it. Can't waste all my bubble wrap.